Hello friends, hope you're all doing well. Thanks for tuning in to another wee adventure. I'm at Whiritoa beach, which is a beautiful little settlement just south of Whangamata. Now I heard about a little story about a blowhole that's here, so I thought I'd come investigate and see what shots I can capture and just enjoy this beautiful location. I recently put out a video of my top 10 photography tips, and I imagine some of them are going to come into play today, so I'll point them out as I go. The first one is having a bit of a plan, so I guess I did have somewhat of a plan because I planned this out to come to this location, and did a little bit of investigating on where the actual blowhole is, so there was a bit of planning in that. And then also to not have a plan because I'm not sure what I'm in for, and I'm not sure what it's going to be there to photograph, so I'll just get there and arrive. Leads to another tip that I put in there, is just being patient. Get to your location, enjoy the beauty of Mother Nature. Check this out. Gosh, stunning. What a time to be alive, eh? And it's a magnificent day. So yeah, thanks heaps for watching, and we'll head down south of this beach and just try and discover this blowhole and see what composition we can find. So I've made it here, guys, to what I believe is the location of this blowhole, and instantly starting to see some really neat composition. Look at these beautiful greens leading into this little cave. Beautiful little stream. God, these greens are so vivid, like an ocean moss. There's a little cave there, which I believe is where the blowhole's located, so we're going to have to head on through there. But yeah, I'm not going to pull the camera out yet, but definitely already seeing some cool composition, so we'll head on in. This water is chilly. Look at this, guys. Whee! What a spot, eh? Beautiful. I'm assuming that's the blowhole in there. However, I'm here at low tide, so that probably isn't going to be doing what it should be. But I am happy it's low tide, because compositionally I'm going to be able to find some pretty cool shots in here. Look at this. I imagine by the look of the terrain here that at high tide the water's going to be right up the top, so quite happy I've arrived at low tide. I'm just going to relax in here for a bit, again, be patient, and just see what calls to me, see what composition I can find. So I think I've found quite a neat composition here. There's this cool little stream that's coming through the cave, and I guess the cave will be sort of the main subject, and your little river stream here leading your eye through to this cave. So if I do a slightly slower shutter speed, we'll do around 1/6, 1/10 of a second, beautifully capture the motion of this water leading you through to that light that's beautifully poking through the cave there. Could make for a really cool shot. And out through the back there's actually a bit of a tree. So we'll see how this one turns out. So guys, I'm at 1/6 of a second here, f11, ISO 100. So I'm going to get down quite low. Yeah, that looks awesome. It's quite interesting on this sort of shot too, because you've got a massive dynamic range in lighting, because at that cave end there it's very bright, but then you've also got a lot of dark shadows in here, so it's getting that exposure point right. You could do exposure blending or exposure bracketing, which is plenty of videos on YouTube about that. I don't have anything up on that yet. I do plan to do a bit of a video on that one day, but not for this one. It's more about the adventure and just a little bit of insight to what I'm looking at here. What I got here, guys, too, is there's a really neat rock here that could be in the foreground, and there's kind of two cascading falls coming off the stream on each side, and then it leads you through to this cave. So if you get down nice and low and sort of tilt your camera down somewhat, yeah, that looks really neat. I've also bumped my ISO up to 200 now, basically because of the harsh shadows that are up in this rock wall here. So I want to make sure that I capture all that detail as well. But yeah, that's a really neat composition. You've got something nice and close in the foreground. There's two little cascading falls, and then there's a nice bit of light on the top of the stream here that leads you straight out through this wee cave. So yeah, pretty neat, pretty neat. As I was just taking my time in the environment, I've seen this light coming through on the wall up here. To me it resembles a bit of a face, and it's a face looking that way. It's really, really neat. The amazing things that lighting can do. That's why it's important just to take in your environment and look around, look at the lighting, look for different composition. So I think that there is going to make quite a cool photo. Just another wee composition here, guys. I mean, it's a bit of an obvious one. So you've got this really cool natural framing out to the ocean there. It's definitely a shot with high dynamic range because of the massive highlights outside and then the dark shadows on the inside here. It's definitely a case where you'd want to be doing an exposure blend. So I might do one of them. It's kind of best done on a tripod, which I don't have with me today. And again, that was another one of my tips, is just remember that it's your art. And you know, I'm really liking the darkness of this natural frame. So you know, I might just take, you know, my pick of the shots might just be the fact that this outside here is really black and you got this beautiful picturesque ocean through the middle, and it doesn't matter because that's what I'm seeing right now, and I'm liking that. So just, yeah, another one that was in my tips. Remember that it's your art. So we'll see how these turn out and which one that I prefer. So I'm back to ISO 100 on this one, and a shutter speed of 1/500th of a second in order to freeze the water here. I'll probably try a couple with a slower shutter, but I quite like the water frozen for this shot. So this is just an amazing place. So cool, so cool. And as I'm standing here looking back this way, there's this big hole. I'll show you in a second. And this is going to make for a very cool shot as well. Most of the shots in here have got huge dynamic range, so exposure blending is the one, but I just really like the fact that there's natural framing, and if they end up black, I quite like that. So yeah, we'll see how these shots turn out. Just quickly show you what I was looking at there. It's this working, basically standing in a big hole, but you can see how awesome that all looks. It's going to make for a very cool photo. Just want to show you guys this composition here. It really captured my eye as I was coming out. You got this stream coming in the cave and then out to the outside there, but what I really like is the shot that I've taken here. I've exposed for the highlights so that, you know, all the outside here and through the stream is exposed correctly, but everything in the cave here is actually really dark. So what it's done is created this cool shape in the image, with the rest being just a natural black frame. Yeah, I just thought I'd point that out because it's just something that caught my eye and I really liked it. So I'll chuck all these photos up as I go along. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm heading out of here now. Absolutely awesome spot in there, really cool. So this is at Whiritoa Beach, which is just south of Whangamata on the east coast of New Zealand. If you come south along the beach, there's quite a big rock formation along here, and if you walk on the inland side of it, you'll come down and find the stream, and that leads you in through this little cave here, and that's where the blowhole is. You wouldn't get in there at high tide, but you can see the blowhole from the top here, which I imagine would be pretty cool to look at. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Just a wee video on this awesome location, another little adventure. A few photography tips in there, and yeah, I think I managed to capture some pretty awesome shots and had a great time doing it. So that's the main thing. But yeah, thanks for tuning in guys. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like the content. Be heaps more photography adventures and little tips along the way. So all the support is massively appreciated. So take care guys, and we'll see you in the next one, eh? Cheers.